up, family? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Yes Chef. I'm your host as always, BigChefDro. Tell you what, man, this jerk seasoning got me in a chokehold. I'm just jerking the hell out of everything I can find. So you saw the thumbnail. This is nothing new. I'm just giving you my version and showing you how I'm kind of doing things. Come on in, let me show you how to get this shrimp and chicken jerk with the Caribbean rice off into one of these pineapples. Come on in, family. Let's cook. All right, come on in, family. Let's go over the ingredients. The first thing we want to go over is the ingredients for the Caribbean rice, okay? Now, we have our par excellent yellow rice. It has saffron in it. Some dehydrated, bell peppers and stuff of that nature in there. And we're gonna cook that in some coconut water, okay? So if you don't know, 1 cup of rice is equal to 2 cups of liquid, okay? Then we have our pineapple here. Got a nice big one that we're gonna cut in half, and then we're gonna use the insides of those pineapples and we're gonna put that in the rice as well, okay? We ain't playing over here, all right? And then we got some sweet coconut flakes, okay? I get the sweet one. I don't get the other one, the unsweet. And then here we have some finely chopped red bell peppers, okay? I chop them up pretty good for this. Whenever I make this, I chop them up pretty good. And then we have a 1/2 stick of butter, okay? That's for the rice itself, all right? Now, for the shrimp and chicken mixture, we have orange, red, yellow, and green bell peppers that we're gonna be cooking with this. We have juice of 2 limes, the juice of half of a orange, juice of half of an orange. Then we have some red pepper flakes. Now, obviously, Jamaican jerk seasoning is hot because of the Scotch bonnet, okay? I'm not gonna be using Scotch bonnet, but red peppers it's exactly the same. I have used them in previous videos. In fact, I do have a Jamaican jerk chicken video. I will pin it up for you to go check that out. And it kind of goes over my dry rub and what I do to marinate the chicken before I cook it, okay? Then we have our ginger, our fresh ginger, minced fresh ginger. And then we have some onion, green onion, scallions or whatever you call them. We got just a handful of those that we're gonna use. And then we have some fresh garlic that we chopped in our brand new little convenient chopper. Worcestershire, it's about 2 tablespoons. And then we have some apple cider vinegar, okay? Now, the chicken, I'm using about 4 skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I think I'm using about 5 of them. About 5. And then I have about 12, 13, 15 shrimp. Speaking of my mixture, this is it. And listen, this stuff, I'm putting together a seasoning blend, okay? And this Jamaican jerk is gonna be one of them, all right? So, of course, we'll do it a little bit different than we do on camera because there's some other stuff that I can get my hands on once I get with the co-packer, and we'll, add it to that. But we're gonna be using this. Again, go to that Jamaican jerk video for the Jamaican jerk wings. You'll love it. All right, so we got everything out of the way. Let's go ahead and get started by getting the rice ready. All right, family. This is 6 cups of coconut water that I am using. I'll put that in there. Then we'll go ahead and put the lid on. Turn this on, put it on high, and bring this to a boil. And what we want to do is you want to go ahead and add your red bell peppers in now, okay? because you don't want them, you don't want them hard. So you'll let them cook in there until it boils, and then we'll be back once the coconut water starts to boil. All right, so once the coconut water starts to boil, we'll come back and let you see that. But first, let's go ahead and get the pineapples cut open, because we're going to get them, we're going to put some inside of the rice as well. All right, so let's go ahead, cut this as evenly as possible as you can. And we're going to cut it all the way to the leaf. Okay, so that way, hold on. So that way the leaf stays on as well. Looks like we got a little bit of over ripeness on here, but we can take that. We can take all of that out. That's not a big deal. All right. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I get this core out of the way. Just take your spoon, just scoop all of it out, or as much as you possibly can. It's better to get you a nice, ripe one. Okay. So as you can see, it's about as good, about as good as you can get. It's all good. So we'll go ahead and dig this other one out as well, and we'll be back. So with the pineapples, all of the stuff that's kind of crushed up, not the chunk ones, but those are the ones that I'm going to just put into the rice once it gets ready. All right, so let's go ahead, start our mixture for our chicken and our shrimp. Now, all right, so just pour everything in there. It's you don't have to, you put it in there however you want. This is basically a dump and go. All right. Put all of it in there. All right, so we'll stop for now. Our water is boiling. Our coconut water, rather, is boiling. We'll go ahead, get that rice off in there. Now, you don't need any seasoning for this rice. At least I don't need any. So just stir that around a little bit. And then you take your coconut, and you can use however much coconut you want to use. I mean, if you like the flavor, you like the flavor. And then just start scooping off your pineapples. And you just want to get the little ones. You don't want these big chunky ones in there. You just get however much you can get off in there. And you can put a little bit of that pineapple juice off in there as well. Not a big deal. All right. And give it another stir. Go ahead, cover it up. Now, I'm going to put this on the stove, and I'm going to cook it on low. And this thing takes, somewhere around 30 minutes to cook. So we'll be back to finish off the mixture. All right, so we have all of that in there. And we can go ahead, just put a little bit of our seasoning off in there as well. Get our chicken and our shrimp in there. All right, so we're just gonna let this sit, to the side, and we're gonna start cooking up our peppers. So get that out of the way. Get our peppers off in here. All right, so I have this pot on high. I'm cooking this on high. There's a reason behind that. I want this to get as hot as possible. I want a lot of smoke. As you can see, the peppers are getting charred. I really want a hot smoke in here because there's gonna be some moisture coming from this chicken. There's already, you know, the lemon juice, the orange, or not lemon, the lime juice, the orange juice, the vinegar, the Worcestershire. So you're gonna have some liquid in here. And what I want to happen is, as soon as it hits this, I want it to start evaporating. I don't want it, because if you, and this has to be room temperature. You gotta have this room temperature because you don't want this heat to stop. You want it to stay hot throughout this process because it's gonna get rid of a lot of that moisture, or else you're just gonna have like a soup sitting there bubbling. Your meat's gonna be bubbling in a soup. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go in with this. And as you hear that sizzle, you hear it. And what it's doing is it's evaporating a lot of that moisture that's in there now, so you don't create that soup feel to it. All right, so now we'll go ahead with the rest of our seasoning. And this is where you want to be real generous on your seasoning. Get that mixed around in there. A little bit more. There we go, folks. We are there. I've turned the fire off. Man, we're ready to go. All right, fam. We have our rice all done. Let's cut this bad boy off. We'll move this out of the way so you can look at how beautiful that looks. This is such a good recipe, man. This is really a good recipe. All right, let's go ahead and get these pineapples filled. Let's get the all right, we got our beautiful jerk chicken and shrimp mixture there. And we can go ahead and go to town. Go ahead and fill that bad boy up. I promise you, if you try this, you will probably never cook rice a regular way again. Man, this is some good stuff. All right, let's go ahead with our jerk mixture. Man, this looks so good. This looks extremely good. Man, look at that. That is gorgeous. All right, so y'all know what's next, man. We're gonna go ahead and dig into this thing, man. It's nice and hot still and everything. All right, fam, here we are. I'm so excited for this, man. I am, man, I can't. I've made one of these before. It didn't turn out right. I don't know, I did something wrong. Can't remember what it was. It was a long time ago. But let's go in. I gotta get to the bottom. Gotta get to this Caribbean rice, because this is what's gonna set it off. All right, let's go in. Man, I mean, the spiciness and the boldness of the jerk just pairs well with the sweetness of that Caribbean rice, man. Gotta get me one of these. Give me one of these shrimp too. Look here, folks. I tell you what. Can't get no better than this, man. Can't get no better than this. It's got a nice kick too. I used just the right amount of crushed red peppers for it. Things like maybe a half of a tablespoon. Man, this thing is gonna go down well. So look here. That's all we got for you. I'm gonna let you get on up out of here. I'm gonna tear this up, man. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Do me a big favor. Hit that like button on your way out. And if this is your first time tuning in to Yes Chef, I want to thank you as well. Don't forget, you can hit that like button too. And if you want to be a part of this family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because that's just going to put you right in there with us, and you can just feel comfortable. Come and put your feet on the table. Well, you probably can't put your foot on the table, but you know what I mean. Hit that notification bell too. That'll ensure that you're up to date on everything that comes out right here on this channel. So folks, we're going to go ahead and let you get up out of here. So until the next time we see you, until the very next video, as always, family, peace.